My mother always said, do not make mountains out of molehills, which is to say, do not play king of the hill with my own tragedies, which is to say, I spent most of my high school career crying in the back of classrooms, in the back of my car, in the back of my friends' cars, in the arms of strangers, in tightly locked bathroom stalls that probably bear the same aesthetic as the ones they found you in. Which is to say, I did not cry when they found you because as much as I want to say I did not know you. I knew your voice through carefully versed direct messages exchanged through dimly lit screens, making plans I knew my mother would never permit. But I did not go to your funeral, did not Google your name, did not read your obituary, did not watch the memorial video the kids we went to middle school with made for you. They comprised it with photos that were taken 3 years before your passing, included a haunted smile that is all too familiar to me now through all the Facebook posts and suicide prevention PowerPoints, which is to say, there are kids with your name lazily tattooed on their arm, a battle scar for a war they never fought. Woman Crush Wednesday posts decorate my timeline every time November 15th comes around, and I know that they deserve to miss you as much as I miss you, but I can't help but think that this is not how you wanted to be remembered, as the photo from your funeral program, a candlelit visual that never faded out, even though you faded into sepia. Which is to say, I deleted every message we'd ever exchanged before I got home from school that day. Unfollowed you on Twitter, blurred my face out of photos from football games where I sat perched at your side like a bird who forgot how to fly. I made our friendship disappear because I knew I could not, and I am still here, a girl who has refused to write poetry to a casket she chose not to acknowledge for so long. I pretended that I could extinguish this forest fire by ignoring that it was ever sparked, and my father's religion, when someone dies, we should shiva. Hung low in tiny wooden stools with nothing but ourselves to blame, received condolence calls and cooked casseroles from neighbors. When you died, it made my mother flip all the photographs upside down and refuse to say your name, which is to say, I'm always making mountains out of molehills, standing atop a tower of bones and sand from the same ocean that we never got to see together, tore the legs from all the tiny carved chairs in our house, piled them in a stack, and I have been standing atop your tragedy ever since, which is to say, I do not know you from ash and fractured femurs, cannot say I'm sorry without my voice sounding of torch brush and splintering wood, and tomorrow is November 15th, which is to say I have stopped tearing problems from my hair and hiding them in places where the guidance counselors can't find them. I hear there are 5 stages of grief. Denial, which I find in every locked bathroom stall, the screeching of a squeaky door will always sound like unhindering screams to me. Anger, the way that levees and guardrails and ropes snap, but the sea doesn't. On nights when no one is around and the ocean city skyline no longer looks like home. Bargaining, I no longer wage bets with pill bottles and crucifixes because your bones are such unforgiving debtors. Depression, there were nights when I compared the scattered bruises, making spiderwebs under my shirt to road maps because I have been so lost since you left. Acceptance, which is to say, I'm just not there yet. That shit happens, things get better. There's a girl in my grade that makes cakes to celebrate the anniversary of your death. I used to smoke cigarettes because it helped me keep track of the months since you've been gone. And it felt so good to embrace death after ignoring it for so long, which is to say, I guess we're all getting by. Building mountains out of molehills to watch another sunrise without you until our mothers beckon us inside. Away from the makeshift pile of death we built out of our bones, which is to say, I'm sorry that the first poem I ever wrote for you is one that you will not get to read. Thank you.